Hello, welcome back.
Hello, Mover.
It is the Mover and Gonky and now Special and Luna show.
Hello, Mover.
We have a special guest, special the special guest who's
not
been
a
on the
typo.
channel.
That's not.
Yeah, who's been on the channel before.
Yeah,
we've
and
done the Folds of Honor, Fight for Honor stuff. Gonky, did you go clubbing? What is on your hand?
Special will appreciate this. My son gave me a dirt bike tattoo.
Nice.
So he's got about 8 of them going up his arm. He looks like a little gang member, but yeah.
Awesome. That is
so,
it's never too early to start.
No, man, no.
Yeah, so Special has flown. What have you flown? The Hornet. You're a Marine. So obviously he's got an affinity for crayons.
Mm-hmm.
Hornet F5, which we're going to talk about. You're going to be our expert witness here.
Mm-hmm.
And probably some other stuff. Big fatties, if you will.
Yeah, Special, you flew the D models in the Marines, right?
Yeah, my first squadron was the D's, and then my second squadron was A's and C's.
Do you remember what lot? What was the highest lot?
I don't know, man.
Marines don't care about such things.
19, 20, something like that.
There's already a question from the audience that I'm kind of curious about. Can we get a Marine's opinion on Gonky's books?
On his what?
On his books. Did you know Gonky had books?
No.
What? Oh, dude.
Wait, you mean he wrote books or he reads books?
He wrote. He didn't read. He wrote books.
I made an activity book for Marines. There's no words in it, man.
You know what? Send me one and I'd happy to do a full review on it.
I will. We'll set it up on your nice bookcase back there.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, you can simp for Gonky.
As long as the lines are fat, I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonky, your pants. Let's talk about those.
What about them?
Anyway, okay. Listen,
dude.
Luna, this is the earliest she's ever been here, by the way. And I'm not sure what's going on. She had a busy day today. You know, what with policing. So let's talk about.
We got Doug on too for the first time this year.
Douglas. Yes. Hello.
Literally caught me in the middle of a sip of water.
That's how it goes, man, when you're live.
I figured you hadn't mentioned me yet. You weren't gonna.
Or what? Sorry, I forgot to put that up there. Are you going to talk to us or what are we doing here? Talk to us. Talk to me, Goose.
Hey. Happy New Year.
That's the whole thing.
What more is there to say?
Everything you're going to say about. All right. Well, cool. Let's get to.
I will speak when spoken to.
You are being spoken to, sir. We're asking you how you are because we missed you this year.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, listen. So there's some breaking news, and apparently I didn't make the banner.
But is it real?
No, I already got it.
Is it real news though?
Dude, it's Reuters. So how much more realistic do you get here?
That must be so breaking. I don't have it. Go ahead.
Reuters. Iran's guards attack Israel's espionage centers in Iraq. I should bring my hat because we got so much breaking news. I should wear it backwards. State media says January 16th, so in the future, in Dubai, Baghdad, Iran's Revolutionary Guard said they attacked the espionage headquarters of Israel in Iraq's semi-autonomous Kurdistan region. State media reported late on Monday, while the elite force said they also struck in Syria against the Islamic State. Ballistic missiles were used to destroy espionage centers and gatherings of an anti-Iranian terrorist groups in the region late tonight, they said in a statement. No U.S. facilities were impacted by the missile strikes, 2 U.S. officials told Reuters. And they support Hamas. And from what I understand, here it is, multi-millionaire Kurdish businessman Peshra Dizaye and several members of her family were among the dead, killed when at least one rocket crashed in their home, Iraq security and medical sources says. So this is just a business dude, and they straight up launched ballistic missiles at him for what he's doing in Iraq, or sorry, in Israel with the
Israeli operation in Iraq attacked by the Iranians.
Correct, because this businessman was providing oil, like they were supporting the Israeli conflict, and the Iranians have now attacked targets there. Which, if you look at it from a geopolitical stance, that's an escalation in the whole region, which is not a good thing. I don't know. I mean, you lived in the region, Gonky. What do you think?
Iran and Iraq fighting. It was like, I was basically the entire time I was living in the Middle East. It was a very long, drawn out war. And unfortunately, it looks like things are trending back towards, instability and violence in that region. So,
yeah,
nobody wins.
Yeah, special.
Nope, I totally agree. It's just getting worse.
Well, so I guess the question then becomes is what's the response, right? So, if you're because originally the report came out that it was American embassy had been hit, and then they said no, it's the guys living next door to the embassy that they hit. So they're dangerously close to that, but obviously, just like the thing we're going to talk about here in Yemen, that's all happening. The pirating and the boarding of the ships and all that stuff is happening as a result of the Israeli conflict. And so now it's kind of spreading into this larger, wildfire, if you will. And that's not great.
No.
Not a good thing.
No.
No, but everybody predicted that was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once Hamas went in and Israel started retaliating, that's what all the predictions. A lot of guys that are a lot smarter than me were saying this is exactly what's going to happen, and it's played out precisely.
Right.
It probably won't stop here.
Yeah. No. So other breaking news. This is yesterday. Doug, you have this one because I see you've loaded it. So it's unclear, and I'll let you do it here in a second, but just it's unclear whether the Ukrainian military shot it down, it got shot down at all, or there was a friendly fire incident. But an A-50 and an IL-22, the IL-22 was damaged, which I've got the picture here we'll share after this. But the A-50 allegedly has been shot down. Doug, hit it.
Yes, sir. Ukraine's military says it has shot down a Russian military spy plane over the Sea of Azov in what analysts say would be a blow to Moscow's air power. Army Chief General Valery Zaluzhny, how come you always give me these pronunciations, said the Air Force had destroyed an A-50 long-range radar detection aircraft and an IL-22 control center plane. The A-50 detects air defenses and coordinates targets for Russian jets. Ukraine has struggled to make significant recent advances against Russian forces in the southeast. A briefing from the UK's Ministry of Defense on 23rd February said that Russia likely had 23rd February had 6 operational A-50s in service. That must have been last year. The planes can cost hundreds of millions of dollars to build. The BBC has been unable to verify the attack. Russian officials said they had no information about the attacks. One popular military channel said that if Ukraine's information about the Russian losses was confirmed, it would be another black day for Russian Air Force. Another channel said the IL-22 command center was hit by Russian friendly fire. It reportedly managed to land back in Russia. And it goes on to say that the A-50 would be a priority target. General Zaluzny said on Telegram that Ukraine's Air Force had excellently planned and conducted an operation in the Azov region southeast of Ukraine. Justin Bronk, Air War specialist from defense think tank Rusi, told BBC that if confirmed, there's an awful lot of if confirmed language here, the loss of an A-50 would be a highly operationally significant and embarrassing loss for Russia's Air Force. And I think at this point it's getting repetitive, so we'll stop there.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. And there you can see the IL-22.
Looks like BCS damage.
Told you.
That's what Gonky said.
Told you.
Looks like the other night when I got shot by you.
But that's what it looks like. I mean, it's a blast pattern.
Quick, give Wags a call. We'll see what he says.
Fragmentation. I mean, so Patriot missile, some kind of surface to air threat.
Oh, no. Dude, they shot a Patriot at that thing, it would be dead.
I think
Miss America shot it down.
Oh, special.
Oh, special.
Well,
here we go.
12 minutes into the show. Now we're
12 minutes prior to the cancellation.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
I thought you said you were just having ice water tonight, man.
The ghost of Kyiv is Miss America.
You gotta connect the dots,
here
guys.
first.
You gotta connect the dots.
Wow.
So funny.
So
I thought it was hostile.
oh, dude, Gonky, stop.
Sorry.
I'm
That's
done. Even worse now.
I'm done.
Hold on. There it is. For legal reasons, this is a joke, and views are our own and do not represent the DoD. For the
Can't get too ready room here, or else we'll get canceled.
Oh, dude, what are you doing, man? You're killing me.
Too ready room on the ready room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if confirmed, right? I've been keeping up with this on the Twitter sphere or X sphere or whatever we call it now, and they are saying, I mean, the Ukrainians are saying it's true, right? So the Ukrainians are saying it's true. The Russians are saying there was a friendly fire incident, which to me that makes them look worse. I'd rather just admit that our Hava asset got shot down versus we shot our own jet down, because they're already kind of looking like clowns in a lot of different areas. Why make it worse?
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I'd rather. Yep, it got shot down.
But it is a big deal because, Doug said, I think, Doug, you said there's 6 of them in February 2023.
Yeah, they also mentioned they're phenomenally expensive.
$300 million. And I read something that there was only like 2 of them. Like there were one north, one south. And, because they had some that were Soviet era still flying around, some that were upgraded, some that were just parts birds. So of that 6, they really didn't have a whole lot. And now you lose that. And then there was another report that a high value general of the air war was on that thing because it's a command and control platform. So you lose that. You significantly damage the IL-22, which is a electronic attack bird. Dude, that's a bad day for the Russian military.
I don't know. I just wonder with an airplane like that, high value asset, like I'd be surprised that they let it get, if it did get shot down, I'd be surprised they let it get like even remotely close to, anywhere where it would be dangerous. I mean, considering it's
go ahead. Sorry.
It's Ukraine, right? I mean, that airplane is command and control. I mean, I would suspect they can do that mission, probably most of that mission without the airplane. They're neighbors.
Yeah, but if you look at the overlap, that AWACS has a big picture of this. It covers a lot of what the ground radars don't. So it gives them a lot of early warning from the air, especially over that sea. And that's what makes me think ground-based threat. Like if you moved a Patriot and they didn't know about it, and then suddenly you're within their engagement zone, then it's a problem. Versus, I don't think, like some people say, well, it's the F-16s. Well, first off, the F-16s aren't even operational yet. And second, you're probably not going to get out there and know about it without them knowing about it.
Yeah. Good luck sneaking up on it.
Yeah. Although, I mean, if their counter argument is we shot ourselves down, maybe you can sneak up on it. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're arguing, well, we shot ourselves down, then they're not arguing about a whole high confidence level in their people.
Yeah. In my opinion, I mean, either explanation is doesn't put the Russian Air Force in a very good light.
Yeah. But it's a huge hit. I mean, we talk about, high value airborne assets all the time and protecting them, because once they're vulnerable, dude, that changes the air picture significantly.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Special every time you took off, high value asset, airborne. Right.
Yeah. But I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Wandering into an envelope and getting shot.
Yeah.
Well, there's no wreckage yet, right? So there's nothing that has confirmed this other than the picture of the IL-22, and the Russians have confirmed the IL-22 part of it. They have said that.
Didn't it crash over the sea?
That's what I'm saying. So there's no wreckage. They haven't found anything, and who knows if they will. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out, I'm sure. I mean,
it's
a matter of time.
All right, moving on. Before we get to the next breaking news, I think we got some chats from the chats. Aaron says, "Hey guys, haven't been able to watch live the last few weeks due to poor work-life balance on my part. I still watch every show and appreciate y'all. I'm happy to be watching live tonight. Thanks, you,
Aaron."
Thomas gave Gonky $5 money for Luna scuba snacks.
I'll make sure it gets there. Checks in the mail, mover.
Kate says, "Holy cow, nope, nobody wins. Great to meet Doug. Happy New Year's." Doug, did you meet Kate?
I remember Kate, but I guess Kate doesn't remember me.
What?
I'm not sure. She's a longtime listener.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
D. Stu, under what circumstances can the military cause you guys up again to fly the Middle East? The aliens attacking the Middle East?
Independence Day? When the president gets me mover and special. I'm a pilot.
Anybody knows how to fly? It'd be very helpful right now.
Yeah.
Special, what would it take to get you to be called up?
Like me personally, or
500K, maybe 600K.
It'd be quite a bit.
Mercenary money. Yeah. And Mark, thank you, Mark.
Thanks,
Gonky.
Mark.
Texas is freezing, y'all.
It's old blue diamond right there.
And our resident future Marine, Garrett.
Yep.
Thank you, Garrett. Semper Fi Special.
Semper Fi, Garrett.
Semper Fi Special. That sounds like a whiskey. The Semper Fi Special.
It'd be a strong whiskey.
Sounds like a sandwich.
Trademark it. Trademark that right now. Write that down.
That's
your
it
$1
sounds like
million
a sandwich.
It sounds like, yeah, with mayonnaise.
A meat sandwich. It's just meat, no buns. Anyway, the rest of what he says is, why is Russia even flying AWACS anyway with their limited supply and price? Love the idea of Miss America probably shot themselves. God, you guys are all going to get me canceled here.
Why would you get canceled? We are in total support.
Oh, special.
So
we're just banging her drum.
the YouTube gods.
Come on, dude. Come on. So I explained why they're flying it, because it gives them that air picture and coverage that the ground stuff might not. So there you go.
Thanks,
moving on to more breaking news. Douglas, people asked us to cover this last time. It didn't happen last time. So the U.S. has finally had enough of the Houthis and the find out phase commenced with over 100 missiles.
Would you prefer Business Insider or USNI News?
Hey, we're kind of friends with Business Insider, at least
Yeah,
Gonky is.
okay.
So
Let's
go
see
with
them.
let's.
So new videos show intense strikes on the Iran-backed Houthis. Is it Houthis or Houthis? I don't know. I'm always getting hung up.
Houthi and the blowfish.
Who are vowing revenge after getting hit by well over 100 missiles. New footage released by the U.S. and UK militaries show their forces readying to carry out a series of strikes against Houthi targets in Yemen and the intense bombardment that ensued. The strikes, which took place early Friday morning local time and came in response to months of attacks by the Iran-backed rebels on international shipping lanes, hit over 60 targets at 16 Houthi locations and involved the firing of more than 100 precision-guided munitions of various types, according to U.S. Air Force's Central. Western officials said the strikes were launched from airborne, surface, and subsurface platforms, jets and warships, and at least one submarine, and targeted radar stations, weapons storage facilities, and launch sites, command and control nodes, and production facilities across Yemen. U.S. Central Command and UK Defense Secretary Grant Shapps shared footage of American and British fighter jets and support aircraft respectively taking off for the nighttime operation. Shall we watch? That was loud.
Yeah. That must have been the tanker burner shot.
Those night burner shots are great.
I always wonder if this is like just file footage.
And that's pretty much it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it isn't. There's more. Detailed results of the strikes are being assessed, but early indications are that the Houthis' ability to threaten merchant shipping has taken a blow, said the UK Defense Ministry in a statement. Echoing this, a senior Biden administration official said the action was carried out under the expectation that it will degrade in a significant way the Houthis' ability to stage attacks. And they're telling us what the Houthis have been doing, which we knew. Remains to be seen if a single night of strikes deter the Houthis from future attacks. A retired Australian major general and strategist told Business Insider that if the U.S. and its partners may have to conduct additional strikes if it wants to more completely degrade the Houthis' military capabilities. Some other experts have suggested Friday strikes are unlikely to produce tangible results. It seems like they have an awful lot of infrastructure if you can hit them that hard and not make a dent.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised too.
Yeah. I think they're getting, a lot of help, of course.
Yeah. So the amount of weapons that were put down and they killed 5 people? It was a very small amount. This is all like infrastructure and their ability to do weapons and stuff. But I don't know if you guys saw like 2 days ago or yesterday, unfortunately, 2 Navy SEALs are missing.
I saw that.
And what they were doing was boarding a ship that was from Iran with warheads being sent to Yemen. So they were trying to stop the influx of weapons into the area. And unfortunately,
they're lost at sea, right? Like they didn't find them.
Yeah. So one guy fell off while they were getting off the boat, and then the other guy jumped in to save him, and then they lost both of them.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
So just really sad. But as far as these attacks goes, I mean, it's they talk this big game, but this is all low threat, right? This is. If you made Top Gun, which we'll talk about Top Gun 3 here in a minute, but if you made Top Gun, it would be the most boring thing ever because it's literally just drive, check, pickle, check, watch it die on your targeting pod, and then go home. Yep. And there were some that were going from the UK that was like 7 or 8 hour missions. They were like land-based to go drop the bombs and come back. And the Houthis, and the reason we wanted to talk about this was they were claiming they were getting kills. So they were out there on their little social media site saying, we have killed the F-22. And they had killed like all the F-22s, all the F-35s, you know, jets that weren't even in theater that they had shot down, and they were showing pictures of wreckage that doesn't look anything like the F-22 or anything like that, and saying, you know, this is them. But my question was, I did a video. So the Houthi Air Force, so they have confiscated some aircraft. One in particular was a lone F-5 and one F-5, and they went and did a flyover.
That's
and some
all you
aileron-
need.
I was waiting for it.
Well,
special.
so, but
With the right pilot.
That's right. That's all you need.
then they came out and said it's not combat effective anymore, which I don't know what that means if a strike hit it. But my question is, where is that guy now? I'm kind of worried about him. You know, I want to know where that one pilot that was, because it reminded me of our days at VFA 204, where we only had the one jet.
One jet. Well, then that means the pilots are all in the ready room drinking coffee, looking out the window.
So
That's
special.
exactly what it means.
You're a resident F5 expert.
Was.
Still are. Let's put you in this situation. You are Houthi,
Mhm.
and the great Satan is bombing your country, and you are tasked with taking your F5 and defending everything. What do you do?
I mean,
How
you
do you
have
do
two options. You go back to the ready room,
I knew it.
or the only other thing you could do is ram the guy.
Ram the guy.
So
I mean,
kamikaze,
if
drinking coffee.
kamikaze or drinking coffee.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it has. I mean, I'm sure that one has no air-to-air capability. So
It didn't in the
would you do
video.
with it?
In the video, it didn't. Doug, you have that, right? You're showing that. Yeah, there you go. Houthi F5 is not combat effective. Can we watch that video? Oh, turn it down. We're going to get demonetized
Uh-oh.
all the way.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
need
that
that.
video, and if that's the airplane, it's completely slick.
Yeah,
What is that on the side? Is that like the instructions on how
that's
to
the
start
death
it?
to America stuff.
Oh.
That's all the, death to Israel, death
Die
to
mover,
America.
die Gronky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no more Gonky.
Oh yeah.
Specialist greatest F5 pilot in history of world. Is that the nose
I mean-
strut extended? Or did they just not care?
That is not extended right there.
Does it need to be?
It does.
Is it
does.
extended there?
It didn't. Yeah, that looks like it was extended.
Okay, so maybe he just did it on the roll.
He did it on the roll, so he
Yeah.
looked cool.
Left his flaps down though, so kind of losing some points there. Or he's an auto, right? Auto flaps.
It's an auto.
Yeah.
Dude, how awesome! You're not only the only fighter pilot in the country, you're the only fighter jet in the. You want to talk about a high value asset? I mean, dude, like this is it. This $25,000 jet you're in is the high value asset.
25,000.
All right, 250,000.
There's no way he's got a serviceable gun. So I mean, what would you do?
Yeah.
Aileron rolls is what you do. He's doing it right there. That's all you can do is aileron rolls.
Oh, don't get shot down by your own.
Oof.
Dude, how cool would that be though? To be like
That's
the
what.
only
yes.
dude, but then you get your own parade. And you're the fly. I've done a single ship flyover, by the way, and it's more embarrassing than anything.
It's
because-
like, yeah, dude, you
'Cause
could
it's
do it.
just you.
You could go as low and as fast as you want. It's like, go ahead, try to feed nab me.
He's the general of the Air Force.
Who else you got to fly this
And
thing?
there's the chute. I once made a joke that it makes the F-22 guys. They need some Roundup.
Hey,
some
special.
weed
Did,
ears or
did the
something.
Navy ones have the chute?
Mhm,
Did
mhm.
you ever use it?
We would use it periodically just to keep the chutes exercised.
Yeah.
If it was raining really bad and you wanted to use the chute, you could use the chute. It wasn't a big deal at all.
Could you really feel it?
Oh yeah,
Really?
it made a huge.
Big difference.
It initially when the chute comes out, it feels like taking a field arrestment.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
really. It was surprising the first time I did it.
Learn something every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So strikes are obviously ongoing here. We don't know the status of the F5, which I think has unfortunately gone the way of Harambe. But my concern is when this escalates, I mean, what other factions are going to be involved? But they just launched more attacks today. They didn't learn because they hit a ship today that turned around, and now there was more strikes, and so they're going to keep doing it, and we're going to keep.
We talked about it last week. And I mean, special, like the piece of K of our weapons is pretty good, but eventually like something's going to get through and hurt something like big, it's not going to be good. I mean,
no,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's like,
all
just
right. Sorry. You ready to move on to the thing that's going to get us canceled?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
You should have let off with this.
Last night,
let off with this.
Gonky did not win Miss America.
Yeah, despite my best efforts.
Gonky is not the winner of the Miss America pageant. And
apparently you have to be a woman, but I digress.
I want to preemptively say that this story that I'm about to share, I had to disable my ad blocker because that's the only way they'll let you look at this article. And I'm in incognito mode. So these ads are not mine. Just so we're clear. What you're about to see. Oh boy.
Kids, go get your ice cream.
I've looked at this going, I've given it feedback and said I don't want this. But none of this is mine, okay? I just want you to know. But anyway. So
interesting.
Yeah. Woo.
You could have just screenshot it. You cropped it.
I don't have that kind of time or technology special. What are you talking about?
That is funny.
So Miss Colorado makes history as she becomes first serving U.S. soldier ever to be crowned Miss America, Air Force pilot, 22, training to be Top Gun fighter pilot after graduating from Harvard. And that is the only reason I use this article, because I've never seen a title get so many things wrong in such a short amount of space as this title right here.
That's impressive.
They got the Miss Colorado part, I think, right. I'm not sure. But U.S. soldier, she's not. She's an airman. She's not an Air Force pilot.
Nope.
She's not training to be a Top Gun fighter pilot because that's not a thing in the Air Force.
And they misspelled it.
Yeah, well, it's one word. 2 O's. One word. 2 O's and goose. And that's really
So wait, she's not trained to be a pilot?
No.
No, man, she's 22. No. She just graduated.
So here's what she is. She's a smart girl, and that's the thing. Like,
good on her.
Nobody's taken away what she just accomplished. I am only talking about the media's response to this because they are stupid sometimes in how they present things. And I've seen this. People have latched onto it. They're like, she's a fighter pilot, F-16 pilot. Riding in an F-16 does not make you an F-16 pilot. Riding in the back of anything doesn't make you a pilot.
Oh boy,
just so you know.
But she is selected for pilot training.
So here's what she did. She was a 2-time National Astronaut Scholar, 8-time Dean's List at the Air Force. She went to the Air Force Academy, got a pilot slot, and then decided to go to Harvard to get her master's degree under this program. And then while she was at the Air Force Academy, she decided, hey, I'm going to do pageants. She got her pilot's license at 17, and she's now an Air Force second lieutenant and has a coveted place to train as a fighter pilot, which, again, in the Air Force, especially for her, if she were Guard Reserve, I'd say 100% could be. If she'd gotten hired to go fly like Vipers for the Makos or something, I'd say, yeah, she's got a slot to go as long as she makes the grades. The selection process in the Air Force does not work like this. Going to the academy does not give you any special treatment. It is still needs of the Air Force and how you perform in pilot training, even at NJEP, because some have said, well, she went to Euro-NATO Joint Jet pilot training. And Splint, who was on this channel before, is here to tell you, you go to NJEP, that doesn't mean you're going to be a fighter pilot because they may not have enough fighter cockpits when you get to your drop night track select. And that dude ended up doing really well. He flew KC-10s and then he flew the U-2. But what I'm saying is we're kind of jumping some steps here. And not to take away from what she's done. I think when you add the miscellaneous BS, I think it takes away from
Well,
the
it's
real
clickbait.
story.
It's
Right.
It's clickbait. It's the Daily Mail.
True.
I mean, this was not deep intel.
No, this was pretty shallow intel.
So, but even these pictures, like these are cadet wings. So she was preparing for a fan flight. She went on a fan flight at Nellis. She rode in the back seat, and
Photo op.
I don't know. I mean, she says basically she's an Arkansas native. She was from Fort Smith, participated in her first pageant while at USAFA as a freshman. 3 years later, she was crowned Miss Colorado, and then she was preparing for her fan flight. So they got this part right. I believe she is the first active duty officer from any military branch, represent the national level at Miss America. And so she flew with the operational test folks at Nellis. So not like the Gomers or anything. Let's see. She flew in a 2-bag jet with a targeting pod. She didn't even pull 9Gs. Oof. You get her 9G pin, man. When we did incentive flights, we took the pod off so we could at least give them 8.5. You know, when you have the
that could just be a random jet.
touche. Valid point. If she flew in this jet, though, she didn't pull more than 7.33. But anyway, so she did this, and then she received a coveted pilot slot. Is currently determining the career opportunities and personal projects. I don't understand this statement, because if you got a pilot slot, that's the career opportunity and personal project you want to pursue. Like, I'm not sure.
Well, I guarantee you there's other opportunities, not Air Force.
Yes.
That she's pondering and would probably be better. We had a guy in my UPT class get an offer to go play baseball with the Red Sox. And his debate was like, do I go play for the majors or do pilot training? And I'm like, I was like, dude, go play baseball. And he did.
Yeah.
He went and played for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
So what happens to your commitment when you decide to drop it and go do something completely
probably
unrelated?
So his brother ended up flying Strike Eagles, who I actually met when I was a RAG IP. And he told me that the Air Force basically gave him a leave of absence. And I think he played like 4 years or something like that in the majors. And then he came back and he ended up flying A-10s. And that's the last I heard. But they gave him some sort of leave of absence so he could go play professional ball.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, back to Miss Colorado. You know, so it was finished getting canceled here. She did her fam flight, and then it says she may see her as a Top Gun fighter pilot. Again, doesn't exist. She received a covered pilot slot and determined the career opportunities. She lost her mom, but this is real sad, when she was 15, I think. Doesn't say the age here, but she started a nonprofit for cancer stuff, which is really cool. She graduated the academy and then starts a 2 years master's program in public policy from Harvard Kennedy School through the Air Force Institute of Technologies. If you want to be an astronaut, I don't know how public policy helps you, because you have to have a technical degree to do any of the test pilot stuff or astronaut. But she said that during her time at USAFA, she realized her bigger passions were in policymaking and cancer research. That's why she ended up at the Kennedy School. And then, so there's one more article that I wanted to add, because this one's even goofier. Daily Mail's pretty bad, but this one, New York Post, who historically is never right about anything, they not only went through all this and pretty much the same stuff, but then they added her boyfriend and said he looks like Goose.
Perfect. Mover, didn't I say she's awesome. She's probably dating a wizard?
Just like what?
That's perfect.
Why is this like how?
Mover, this is just like for you. It's
like it's just whatever. So here's the thing. I think it's awesome. From a recruiting standpoint for the Air Force, it's good PR for the Air Force. You know, it's bringing awareness to what you can do in the Air Force and bringing people, because obviously there's recruiting stuff. From a fighter pilot perspective, though, I think it's a giant distraction, and I think it's going to stunt her career, because she's going to go do this. She's doing the 2 year degree. She's going to be first lieutenant, maybe captain by the time she finishes this. And in this, she's publicly saying, I don't really know what I want to do. Like, to me, even if you don't really believe it, you're saying, I want to be a fighter pilot. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that out there. The waffling back and forth, I think, is kind of a mixed message, which I get. She's 22. It takes a while to figure it out. But Gonky, when you were 23 years old and you started military training, were you like, this is what I want to do? Or were you like, well, I could go do this, I could go do that?
I was laser focused, but I wasn't pretty enough to have any other options.
That's my point, is like, I think it creates a bigger distraction than it needs to be. Well, when you're waffling like that versus, I want to be a fighter pilot, I'm doing this Miss America thing to bring awareness to this and the cancer and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm a fighter pilot, and that's what I want to be.
I think for her, she probably knows in her mind exactly what she wants to do. But I think I think Special said earlier, it is a lot of noise. And I think in the long run, if she doesn't kind of put some boundaries on these claims, I think it will hurt her credibility if people start digging into it. Because they're like, first thing I saw was 22, and it's just lists everything she's done, which is great. But I'm like, wait a minute, 22. She just got out of college. How long does it take to get through pilot training, the B course? I start going through these things in my head, and then you're like, well, a lot of this stuff's not true, and it just takes away from something that she actually did do win the Miss America contest, which is actually really awesome accomplishment in herself. So it just takes away from her brand, really, as Miss America, right? You don't want the brand of Miss America tarnished, because a lot of little girls look up to Miss America. And that's what the media is doing. They're just throwing all this crap at it. And there's nothing wrong with, hey, Air Force officer wins Miss America, while on her way to pilot training. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, the skipping ahead part, I think, is going to rub people the wrong way, because she's going to get to pilot training, and Miss America doesn't matter anymore. Once you get to...
she won, right? So this could be a detour in the career.
You're right. I'm saying if she continues down this career path, if we're saying she's a fighter pilot, which she's not, but if she wants to be that, well, she still has to go to pilot training and earn wings, track select, get the grades, get to the point that you are, able to say, hey, I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my class, and there's that many T-38 drops, and then select. And then from there, you still have to select again to either, F-16s, F-22s, F-35s, whatever, for your drop night. And then you still have to get through IFF, and then you still have to get through the B course and SEER. Oh, dude, SEER. I can't imagine SEER with that. Oh,
waiver. God. Get a waiver.
Oh,
no, but that's what I'm saying, right? So now that she's a public figure, everything's different. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if she never goes to pilot training and she just concentrates on good PR for the Air Force.
Didn't that happen in the Navy? Wasn't there a Navy influencer or something?
Was there a Special? I can't remember.
Go ahead, Special. You sound like you know this.
Yeah, there was a girl that I know. I went through flight school with her, went through F-18s. I don't know how.
You're talking your generation. Okay, continue.
And then she went on to a high vis, PR job after that.
She go to Intel?
Not in Intel is in
intelligence.
What, S2? No. She got out and went into the media.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking there was an influencer on the Navy side that was like a SWO, and basically just became a full-time influencer, and that's it. Didn't even do any SWO stuff or anything like that out of the academy, because she was very popular and stuff, which is fine. The Navy and the Air Force need recruiting. Just be upfront about it. Be what you are, not what you. I agree with you, Gonky. It's counting your chickens there. There's a lot of steps, and it is a very difficult job. It's like saying Air Navy SEAL, when you just got through BMT. Like, bro, you got a long way to go.
I'd claim it.
Yeah, right. You got a long way to go before you get there. And I agree. It detracts from all the awesome things. I mean, this is a smart girl.
Yeah.
This is a smart officer that is obviously well-spoken, because, you know, you don't get to this position without it, and could be a huge asset. But I do think they need to, and it's not her fault. This is the media. This is the media, and probably maybe public affairs not helping her out and saying, what exactly is going on? I aspire to this, but I am not this yet.
Dude, she's going to do a lot more for her charity or cancer awareness, and for she'll do so much more as Miss America than she ever would as just a, you know, run-of-the-mill Air Force pilot. I mean, and that's the way she should go. It just, like I said, it just kind of stinks. The media is just like throwing every label possible, you know, on her, which it detracts from it.
And she flew in the back of a Viper. And so that whole thing now, you know, now they've got the video, right? Because people don't pay attention. They just, the fighter views in the back, you know, just like Tom Cruise. So Tom Cruise flew in the back, which we're going to talk about here in a second.
Just like my helmet bag.
Gonky.
Special. He gets it. It's got 100 traps, bro.
Anyway, congratulations to her.
Yes.
As somebody, you know, as somebody myself who has walked the runway, I know what it's like to do this. Awesome. And so, you know, I understand the pressures that come with it. And listen, if there's ever, you know, if you ever need any advice on how to deal with the runway stuff,
you need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Movers available.
I understand because I've been there, you know, and I get shit all the time for it still today. So you just got to embrace it. You got to embrace it. Yeah. Perfect. Douglas, you got any chats from the audience? I'm going to stop talking for a minute and let you do this.
Let's see. Griff says, I've always wondered, why do they sometimes use burner for cat shots and sometimes not? This is going back to the video that we watched earlier. Is it a weight dependent thing?
Yes.
Yep.
Good question. Good question. All right. What just happened?
Persons, Houthis have recently claimed the destruction of an Imperial 2-class Star Destroyer. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Not trash. Is that like not my pants? Have you heard about the B2 DG? $20. Have you heard about the B2 getting a crack in its windshield with a bird strike? No one thought they would crack. Through a snafu, the USAF sold all spare windshields at auction. See article crazy story. What happened next?
No, I haven't seen that. No,
I saw that article where all the spare B2 windshields were sold to this random dude, made birdhouses out of them or something like that. It was, I didn't know if it was true or not, but I mean, every windshield has a limit to whether it will crack or not. I don't know why they would just assume these will never crack. I mean,
okay. Well,
you can't find a solid source on that one.
Yeah.
Good intel.
There's a video of her. This is referencing Miss Colorado. Video of her getting in and taxiing out. It had the pod.
Miss America, Doug.
I'm sorry. Yes, she's moved on.
This is breaking news. But so there you go. 7.33. Yeah, that's what she got. Could have been a great ride. I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying she didn't have a 9G pin. She's not even. Don't call her a Viper pilot without a 9G pin.
She's got the pin. Just you're gonna have to get over it.
Yeah.
I
mean, 7.33 is a lot.
It is
for you guys.
No,
she probably wanted more, but 7.33 is
there is a world of difference. But that G and a half.
Not when your lights out, bro. Sleepy time is sleepy time.
Melatonin is melatonin. What are you talking about?
When it don't matter. 10 Gs, 5 Gs.
You guys are for legal reasons. That's a joke, kids. Do not go G-lock yourself. But you know the thing, I hope this is not seen as for her for this, because there's a small chance, Gonky, that she and her friends watch this channel, because a lot of kids from the academy somehow for some reason watch us. So I don't want to discourage what has happened other than to say, you are where you are, accept that, and, do everything with the humble, credible, approachable attitude. Help your bros when you get to pilot training, and everything will work out just fine.
As much as I want to believe it, I can't imagine Miss America. It takes 2 hours out of her busy day to watch move her dog. I mean, I hope she does. She can learn a lot.
Did you know who watched the channel when it first came out?
Special.
Special did.
Special.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know
The
who
counter
else?
was one. It
You know
was
who
one.
else? Larry Wilcox. You know who Larry Wilcox is?
Probably gonna
He's
find
John. He's John
out.
from
Oh,
Punch and John from Chips. So if
really?
John from Chips watches this channel,
Then-
there's a
then
better than average
absolutely
chance.
Miss America.
Yeah. for sure, Miss America is watching this channel.
Oh, dude.
Just saying.
Okay.
Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled comments.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Mover ruins articles.
That's true.
Mover
Mover ruins pageants. Mover just ruined
Yeah.
the Miss
Beauty
America pageant for
Mover
everybody.
crushes Miss America.
I don't think you can say that. That's a different channel, Gonky.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Wow. You can't say that here.
Illustrian lives tech. Illustrian lives tech. I think there's a lot more psyop influencer recruiters than the military admits.
Yeah, some of them were funny though. I saw this
Yeah.
war hamster the other day. Splint sent me, and I was like,
Did you say
That's
war
not-
hamster?
"War hamster." That's her name. She's a medic in the Air Force, allegedly.
Okay.
And she was making fun of fighter pilots. I thought it was funny.
Oh man.
It made me want to join. Obviously, the psyop works.
What platform was that?
Instagram, the reels. I feel like Top Gun is the new hypersonic. Oh yeah, overused word.
Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon.
Speaking of
And
bandwagons,
Last but not
Gonky.
least,
Gronky's a pretty man,
Yeah, but an ugly woman.
dude. What the hell? What are
What?
you doing?
What? Is that not allowed? Can I
No,
not
it's
say that?
not allowed.
Why
All
can't
right.
you say that anymore?
Moving on. Please. This is our last show. We didn't even
Back
make
when
it to
I was
30.
a kid,
We didn't even make it to 30.
dude.
We got to 29. Special shows up one episode, and now here you are, Gonky. You think all of a sudden you can say whatever you want.
I'm not. How's that bad? That's just a factual.
All right.
keep
Hey,
going.
there's Top Gun 3. Hit it, Douglas.
yes, sir. Hang on, I got to get to that link on my other monitor so I can read it.
He just wants
Tom
another ride.
Cruise may be headed back to the danger zone. Paramount has tapped Top Gun Maverick co-writer Aaron Kruger, and I'll fess up, these are my ads, to work on a script for a sequel to the action blockbuster, according to a knowledgeable insider. The studio is also hoping that Top Gun Maverick director Joseph Kosinski will get back into the cockpit for another installment in the series, which would potentially see Cruise's younger co-stars Miles Teller and Glenn Powell return for more high-altitude excitement. Discussions about the new script began late last year. There's still a few hurdles to cross. They were going with Air Force metaphors all the way through, and now we're in track and field. There's still a few hurdles to cross, with Cruise and company needing to sign off on a final version. A spokesperson for Paramount declined to comment. The news, which was first reported by Puck, comes days after Cruise announced he had signed a non-exclusive deal to develop franchises and original movies for Warner Brothers, the studio where he made Interview with the Vampire, Eyes Wide Shut, Magnolia, and Edge of Tomorrow. That pact still allows Cruise to work for other companies like Paramount and Universal, where he's working on a pricey film that will shoot at the International Space Station. Also gives Cruise's company offices on Warner's Burbank lot. Top Gun Maverick was a huge hit for Paramount, which tried for decades to find a way to get Cruise back in Aviators. The film was nominated for the Oscar for Best Picture and grossed nearly $1.5 billion, making it the most popular film of Cruise's career, which is saying something. Cruise also guides the Mission Impossible franchise at Paramount. He's currently working on the 8th installment in that spy series.
I saw one of these articles that said Edge of Tomorrow 2 is also coming out, and I'm more excited about that.
That was a good movie.
Dude, I love that movie.
That was a really good movie.
It's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite Tom Cruise. Thanks, Doug. It's probably my favorite Tom Cruise movie. So, are we excited about a new Top Gun? I don't know. I mean, it's always good for aviation and the military. I mean, look at all the hype that Top Gun Maverick did. What do we think the plot's going to be? Let's speculate, because we can't speculate anywhere else, but let's speculate here.
He steals the Houthi F5. That's what I'm going with, man.
Actually,
That's what
special.
that's right. He gets in there and then downs all 5th gen.
And Miss America is his
and-
wingman.
Miss America is this one. Oh, dude.
With her boyfriend in
yeah.
the back of the Tomcat.
Oh,
With Goose. That's right.
Yeah,
That'd be
Goose is
awesome.
the son of Goose. Oh God, you
dude.
guys! I think it's it's set shortly after the events of Top Gun Maverick, and Miles Teller's character Rooster has been given a shore assignment, and he spends the entire movie trying to get through DTS to fill his travel voucher for his last mission.
Or they nail him with an IA. It's
He's
like,
in
hey,
Djibouti.
Yeah, welcome to the RAG, Rooster. You're gonna go work for the Army at CENTCOM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What do you do after that? Because we've already done the Death Star thing. We did the original Top Gun. We've done the Death Star thing. What is next? Because are they going to put him in Fat Amy?
Oh,
In which case, you can't put the actors in the back and make it the most real thing ever like they did last time. And also, does this not confirm that Top Gun Maverick didn't die? Because I thought he died at the Mach 10 ejection, but apparently he survived.
He survived, man. Remember, what planet am I on? Earth or whatever? That who walks into the
But everybody does. The big theory is that's a dream.
Oh.
It's a dream because or it's like his death, whatever. Because he makes things right with Rooster and all the
Mary's old Penny.
ghost Penny Benjamin.
That's right.
Who was a teenager when he did the flyover.
Mm-hmm.
So a little weird, but
I don't know. Special. Do you got any ideas? I don't think
it
could go south.
I have no idea. I couldn't even imagine what this last one was going to be, but
yeah, I'm thinking Rooster, like Mover said, he gets bogged down in DTS, throws in his resignation, gets hired by the airlines, makes tons of money, gets married 3 times, has about 6 kids. That's the.
Seriously, though, this was an idea I pitched last time. So, Paramount, if you want me to write this for you. Also, we haven't gotten our request for being in the movie yet.
I would
We need
settle
roles.
as just the.
it's too early. You wouldn't. You
Oh, we
wouldn't.
wouldn't? Okay.
No.
Because they need to
they're
cast
still forthcoming.
as Mover and Gonky. Holy crap, it's Mover and Gonky. No, here it is, right here, right? Maverick is now retired because he's 60. He has to. No more. He's 60 years old. He is running his own red hair company that flies 5th gen or flankers. Let's say Tomcats. He's got his own red hair company. He's out of Fallon. Rooster is out at the real Top Gun, and he has to go and get these kids ready for special in his F5. The Houthi threat. The MiG-28 is back.
Good luck, kids.
Better bring more than your 5th gen.
Yeah. So remember that scene in Top Gun where it's all the jets swirling around and it's like 3 F5s and the 1 Tomcat? Well, this time it's 1 F5 and he's just doing continuous aileron rolls. And people
They could actually use that footage to just block out the.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Here's the thing. I thought Top Gun Maverick, it was either going to be horrible or really good, and I thought it ended up being really good. I like the
what they
original
could
better.
do. They
What's
could
that?
do a prequel to Top
Oh,
Gun, and Maverick would be playing his dad.
But what would
But Tom
Rooster?
Cruise wouldn't be playing Maverick. Tom Cruise would be playing his dad.
Rooster plays Tom Cruise's dad.
No, Tom Cruise plays his dad. It's a prequel.
I play
to
my own
Top Gun.
father.
but his dad's dead. Special.
Yeah, God.
Right, but it's a prequel. You go back before he's dead.
I think
Whoa.
they
They're
go
backing
back.
on.
Back
when
in, so,
Take Penny Benjamin for a ride in the Hornet.
F4s, they got the back seat.
yeah. Or the prequel could be like Rooster going through Top Gun. I don't know.
Yeah,
Could be.
that would confuse the crap out of people because everybody thought those 5 people were going through Top Gun in that movie. Like they're like, oh, they're getting trained. That's why they don't know anything.
Oh,
And
they
all
already
have
had
Top
the
Gun patches.
patch.
I know that. You know that. We ruined the movie to tell
You could
people
already
that.
play the piano. That's one of the prereqs. I mean, come on.
Great balls of fire.
That's the only. Yeah, it's like this is your murder board. Go.
I'm with Special. I want a movie with phantoms in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be rad. Oh yeah,
But
like prequel to even Mavericks.
wait a minute.
Oh.
They just
But that's what
confirmed
I'm
he's-
saying. We're talking like the 19.
No.
You're talking about prequel to the original movie.
Yes.
Top Gun.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
I like that.
risky.
Dude.
Hey, they did it. They did it with Star Wars.
Oh. Yeah, that would be way cooler,
I
man.
mean, just think about it. You know, later on tonight it'll hit you.
Special. You need to trademark
You'll be-
this idea.
You'll be
This is
Write
texting
that
me.
down.
You need to
The
write
risk-
this down.
The Oriskany is an artificial reef now. They're gonna have to use CGI for sure.
Just pull that baby up real quick.
Well, wait a minute. The article just said he's going to the International Space Station. Top Gun in space.
Oh, really? Well, they had space stuff back in the 70s.
What? I mean, space existed back then, but they didn't have people on space station. They were going to the moon.
Well, okay. All right.
I'm just saying.
I like Special's idea. If anybody in the movie business is listening, that's a free one there. Next one he
Gonky.
charges.
Well, who would you play in that movie? Because you would have to be a bad guy.
Me, Colonel Toon. Come on, dude. And I'm gonna win this time.
Rod
No.
Hartstock.
No roller for me with the Phantom. No thanks.
No.
No, I know how it ends up.
Okay, Gonky. All right. All right. Moving on to whatever the next thing is. All right. So, Gonky, Special.
Mm.
We have new friends of the channel. Newsweek has been doing this feature where they go out and do cool stuff. They went out with the Marines.
Yep.
Not Special's kind of Marines, but the ones that are actually with rifles and hanging out in the woods. And then they flew in the B-52 on a 6-hour mission. And then they flew a B-2, which we just covered recently, didn't we?
Yep.
You did that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
awesome.
so we covered that, and then as a reply, they actually sent us a video message. Believe it or not. Would you like to see it?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey Gonky, Naveed here. I'm at our wonderful Newsweek headquarters on the 72nd floor of the World Trade Center. Wanted to thank both of you for reviewing both the B-2 and the B-52 video. And I wanted to put a question to you and perhaps your audience. Where should we go next? What do you think we should cover next? We're open to anything. We got a full year to fill. So wanted to pose that question. And again, thank you for taking the time to look at our video, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Wow, that's awesome. Happy New Year.
Where should they go, Gonky?
That's awesome.
You first.
I think they should come down to Louisiana and cover a fighter pilot going to NASCAR. Against them. No? Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, it'd be cool if they flew in a Viper and, the EX. I think the EX would be really cool to see, especially all the Hayaka stuff, so they go down to Eglin and do some test stuff with those guys.
I think he should do a run through the training command. Like, hey,
like UPT?
UPT, they could do Air Force UPT, and then they could do Navy Marine Corps flight school, just to kind of show the current processes and kind of what it's like, interview some guys and gals who are going through. I think that'd be really cool, get a flavor for the modern flight school.
There's always C-130s, Gonky.
Be good for recruiting. Yeah, or maybe the old Hurricane hunters.
The regular ones, the 815th. Let them go dogfight the C-130s.
Dogfight, Hurricanes. It's all good. It'd be all good.
Have you ever been to Circle with a Hurricane?
No.
Special?
So wait, they're just doing military aviation or any unit?
Any unit, I think, but they specifically are doing more aviation. So the first one, they were within like a Marine unit, but they rode on the Osprey. So they rode on the Osprey and then they followed the little Marine dudes around. But
The
the
little
second
Marine dudes, they're called Marines. Gotta go.
I like the way you talk there, Air Force boy.
The people with the rifles and the crayons. All the very angry people with the rifles and the crayons. Yes.
So if they're doing the aviation, I really like what Gonky said, because there isn't a lot on the UPT stuff. I mean, there's hurricane hunters, there's everything out there. There's so much of that. I think the UPT stuff is kind of underdone. But if they're doing something aviation related, other than the UPT, that may not be fighter or just pure aviation, I think they should go look at the Air Force PJs.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. So the others may live. That's a really cool mission. But they did that whole Nat Geo special on those guys, Pedro's, which was awesome. Oh yeah, that was like 10 years ago, but actually more than that, 12 years ago.
Time for a new one.
It was
I
awesome.
think I remember. Was that on the Discovery Channel?
Nat Geo, National Geographic.
Nat Geo.
You sure?
Well, they need to do it. They need
On
to do
YouTube
it
now.
Yeah, Nat Geo was the coverage, but no, that was a good show. You're right, Special. That's a really good one. Or the controllers, like just JTACs in general. They go in bed with calling in airstrikes and stuff like that. I mean, any of that would be really cool. I mean, if you're talking aircraft, though, I just think it'd be cool to see like the EX, the MH-139, some of the newer stuff that they could go fly on and demonstrate the mission. But they've got a whole year. They just do the whole thing. Go do everything. So, but thank you for
thanks,
the video message. We
That's
appreciate you. Feels good to be recognized.
Yeah, somebody likes us.
Right until we get canceled. Stop recognizing us, please. Oh boy, we're off the rails. Oh, speaking of people being recognized, Wombat is currently on his way to Europe.
What?
Yeah, that's why he's not here. He's picking up a new Airbus.
Really?
Factory. Yeah, and he asked me to put it out there to the masses. If there's any people that take camera pictures, not that there's any kind other, but like real good, like the people that like
airliners.net type kind of people.
Yeah, the
Plane spotters.
Plane spotters. If there's any plane spotters that watch, please go take a picture of Wombat flying this brand new airplane out of the factory. The problem though is we don't know when. Maybe Thursday, but we don't know. We don't actually know any of the details other than Wombat's going to go, and he asked me to put that out there to the masses. So I'm just putting it out there.
Make sure them doors are good. I just give them a little shake. Maybe.
It's Airbus, dude. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay,
it's Airbus.
right.
It's probably well made. So JP says
everybody's peeling off those old stickers that said, "If it ain't Boeing, I ain't going."
That's right.
Those are all just like scratched off now.
Just as I ain't going.
JP says, "Evening, guys. I have a question on longer missions. Can you eat or drink in the cockpit? I don't mean a meal. Something small and simple like a protein bar or have a little water bottle every flight."
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'd bring like 3 chicken dinners with me. I'm not even kidding. We do those 6, 7, 8 hour missions, and you can't eat it like normal. You eat it like one piece at a time. But yeah, you can bring whatever. I mean, Special, you used to bring stuff in the Hornet, right?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
I bring a little jar. It's not a jar, but a little thing. Little top on it. A
Tupperware.
Little charcuterie board in there. Some meats, cheeses. Yeah, everything was awesome.
They're called Lunchables. If you're the less fancy name, is just a Lunchable.
5, but
yeah.
if you make your own, it's a charcuterie board.
It's a charcuterie. I wasn't that fancy,
board.
man.
I'm fancy. I'm fancy like that.
Oh, dude!
Wow. That was always my routine. Was take the protein bar and the water bottle, and between every tanker, it's time to eat a protein
3
bar.
fiddle packs too. Don't forget.
Oh, not just 3. I mean, just every hour. Here you go. Because you don't have anything better to do. What are you gonna do?
Can eat.
That's now why I have like a 45-minute bladder, because I'm used to.
Same way.
I train myself to pee all the time.
Why be uncomfortable?
Why? Because the one time with Yeti, I almost gave myself cancer, and I'll never do that again. It's scary. Aaron says Maverick just takes on all Red 4 in his P-51.
Based on our experience in DCS, that would be not a bad idea. Viable.
Oh no, her boyfriend is the.
It's Bob.
Do we mean Bob the character or Bob the acronym? I don't even want to know.
Both.
No, her
It's
wing
the
woman.
acronym.
Yeah.
Wing woman, wing person.
Wingman. Sorry.
Maverick just takes on. Oh, well, everybody's going to say this now. Either that or I just got the same comment again. Laura says, hello, Laura. Top Gun 3 will be good if the script is good.
Hopefully it is good.
Mm-hmm. To win the game, you have to score the most touchdowns. Speaking of, do we have a score for the playoff games? No? Okay. Good talk. John is mad at me. Really, Mover, you left out A Few Good Men, Color of Money, and Risky Business. Is that the... No.
They're all good.
Not nearly as good as Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Days of Thunder.
Yeah,
Why don't we remake Days of Thunder, dude?
Days of Thunder's phenomenal.
You could have a crossover because he could get out of the military and be like, I sold my P-51 and bought a race car, and now he's Maverick Trickle.
You know what? I guarantee you, with Tom, he's like, no, this is how I met Nicole Kidman last time. It's just some weird things can happen here. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Well, just don't teach her how to draft. That's the problem. Is the sugar packets, diabetes. Jim Smith says a Bob movie would be more interesting.
We'll see.
It would have all the deep intel.
Oh, jeez.
If it did.
Super deep.
Deep intel from Bob. RC says he's like 62. Top Gun, high fiber.
Oh, that's funny.
Newsweek should cover the great E2. We don't have Wombat.
Yeah, you're right.
Stick up for the E2.
For sure, he would have said the Hawkeye. 100%. That's right, Jim.
Yeah. Aaron says Newsweek should compare the T-38 and T-7. That's not a bad idea. It's infinitely better. I can tell you already from the beginning, it's infinitely better.
Yeah. Wait a minute. There's one area I think the T-38 still looks.
That's
better.
true. That's
100%.
true. Slimmer. She's a slimmer girl.
Yeah.
Upsizing of America. Because Wombat isn't here, I'll say it. E2.
Thanks, Aaron.
There you go. And then Garrett says if they go special forces, they should do MARSOC, long history. I don't know if that's not what they did the first time. I don't remember what group they. I don't think it was MARSOC the first time, but I don't know. All right, moving on. Doug, do you have the quiet supersonic aircraft? Is that what you've got queued up there?
Not. I did not have that link. Do you have it?
Okay, I've got it. So last Friday, the NASA program unveiled. They didn't fly it. They just unveiled it. The X-59, which I've got a demonstration here. It is pretty much they just took a bunch of parts and put it together. And it's got F414 GE400 engine, provides desired combination of performance and reliability. Or if we've seen that engine before.
Yeah.
A T-tail to minimize the tail shock. Block 25 F-16 landing gear, a T-38 canopy seat and crew escape systems. Which I'm wondering, which T-38? Is it the A or the new Martin Baker seats?
Skid would not approve of using the T-38 canopy. I just want to say that. He's tested that thing at really slow speeds.
It's got external vision support system, so when you lose your canopy, you can still see through the external vision thing. And extended nose, I don't like that idea, by the way. I mean, as we've seen with the F-35, it's nice to have a backup when the things fail. Extended nose with area shaping to reduce forward shock. A fixed canard provides nose up trim that you hope never fails. And this is supposed to be this new design.
I mean, is it quiet?
We don't know yet. They just unveiled it. It's coming soon, the rollout and first flight of X-59. So they haven't flown it yet to know if it's quiet. It looks like a platypus.
Yeah, I mean, they can say whatever. The first time that thing goes to the sound barrier and blows out all the windows, it's going to be kind of funny. Oops.
Oh, it'll be that worse.
Needs a flatter nose.
Well, I mean, dude, they're doing all the testing, the computer generated stuff. It says it cruises at 55,000 feet with speeds of Mach 1.4. and it's 74 PLDB, whatever a PL decibel is, creates a sound about as loud as a door closing, car door closing. Who's closing the door? Because some people like to slam doors and some of us don't.
Yeah, it's like Saturday night.
Yeah. Is it a
First thing
car
in the
door
morning.
closing when I'm trying to sleep, or is it a car door closing, just any other time?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what killed the whole. I mean, that's why the Concorde and the, back in the 60s, the SST thing that Boeing was developing, that's what killed all that, the whole sonic boom. So if they can figure it out, it's going to be awesome. But
Well, that's what they're calling it. The Son of Concorde moves closer to reality as NASA tests supersonic prototype. The quiet supersonic transport design aims to reduce the sonic boom that occurs as these aircraft move faster than the speed of sound, with hopes to bring it down to a soft thump to allow for flights over land. Or instead of spending all this money, we can just have people man up and stop complaining about everything. Fixed your problem.
I don't know. Mover, look, I'm pretty sure if like 10 p.m. Special came over your house in his supersonic airplane and it woke you up, you'd probably be complaining.
If I had a friend named Special that had a supersonic airplane, I wouldn't care what time he woke me up. I want to go fly the supersonic airplane.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what Boom is doing? Aren't they doing the same thing? I mean, I know they're doing the supersonic transport, but aren't they also trying to minimize the noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't the SR-71 fly over the U.S.? Did it? I mean, it was at like 80,000 feet, right? So is it
Subsonic though?
Was it? No, dude. I think it was. I think they were.
I mean, at some point.
I mean, can't you go supersonic above 60,000?
I think you're right. Yeah, because it's.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I don't have the FARs. Do I?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I used to. But I think above 60,000 you can over the continental United States.
I don't know. That's a good
I
question.
have to look it up.
Yeah. Next time I'm up there, I'll have to.
Next time.
It's set speed records across the country. So yeah, obviously it was, because I remember I interviewed one of the pilots and he was talking about how they would leave the tanker and do the climb profile to get out of the air, because they had to get supersonic and then climb up, and then they were above whatever.
At what altitude though does the sun?
I think it's like 80.
Like make it to the ground? Is that the? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, well, that's the other way they could fix it. Just make these things fly higher. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the problem is when Boeing loses that door at 80,000 feet, it's going to be a much bigger problem.
It's going to be like Maverick going Mach 10.
Well, according to the lore, it doesn't affect anything. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So they're saying basically the comments are helping us out here. They flew all the time. You wouldn't hear at the altitude they were at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's just common sense right there.
We don't have that here. Special. Welcome to the group.
Oh, dude.
We didn't ask you here to judge us, Special. We asked you to be one.
I wasn't. That's
we
who
asked
said
you
it.
to be one of us.
That's the name of
The guy's name is Common Sense. Special. It went right over.
I missed it. I missed it.
Yeah,
I'm so used
blind
to
and no joy here, man.
Listen, I'm still frazzled from my targeted ads. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out why ladies' undergarments are showing up in my targeted ads,
Like
even
that's
incognito.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the only thing I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm confused. Aaron says, although I think it's cool for testing, I'm not sure what a passenger or cargo design with the same capabilities would look like. A platypus.
Yeah.
If they don't call it that, then I think we're missing out.
Yeah, but they don't know if that technology works.
Works on paper.
Well,
Or
yeah, lots
on
of things
CAD.
work on paper.
Okay. Ryan says 30,000 feet.
30,000?
Then what's the problem? That's where they fly normally.
I Googled it and I got 30,000 feet too, but then I followed up and found it was Quora, so qualified.
It's
Qualified
probably
answer.
those same two Hornet guys that are always answering the questions.
Yeah,
that we're
he's
always
an
making
A7
fun
guy. I think he's an A7 guy, man.
Well, one of them was an A7 and a Hornet guy.
Was it?
No. But you know what I mean.
don't know.
Retired fighter pilots that are just trash talking people on Quora. Special, you're probably one of. Do you answer questions on Quora?
I've never even heard of it.
I'm pretty sure.
That's what somebody who answers questions on Quora would say if they didn't want people to know.
I don't even know what Quora is.
Dude, I don't know.
You know, I have a life outside of the interwebs.
Oh, must be nice.
This is real. This is all real stuff.
Yeah.
What's in your basket? Screen? Yeah, the green screen of death. Quora, Janner's backs, thank you, says Quora says the sonic boom reaches the ground at 50K.
I don't know.
That's just 10,000 more than a normal airliner. Just bump up the altitude and.
But think about it, man. When we were doing like red air out in the desert, there were you couldn't go supersonic unless you're in certain corridors.
Yeah, that's because of all the communism. If we could get rid of a lot of that.
That's true. It's the sound of freedom. Let's be honest. And apparently.
Dude, you could do it at Edwards because I remember being in the bathroom and getting boomed. And I was like,
oh, boy. Did you hear that?
He's bombing us.
I got boomed one time when we were living in Miami, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. There was a lot of fuss made.
Yeah.
Anyway, Special's off texting somebody.
No, actually,
it's his company. It's his union. His union is going. Stop.
He's asking his FAA buddies.
Stop talking. Get off the show. You're gonna get fired. Anyway, let's get back to
all Special heard his mover got boomed in the bathroom.
I was trying to find the FAR. Quora finding.
They're called CFRs now. Try that.
Get off my lawn. Back in my days, they were FARs.
Hey, Gonky.
Oh, boy.
There's a video of a tomcat allegedly dogfighting an F4. Make it big, so to speak. And start from the beginning. You got to start from the beginning, sir. They said this was dogfighting, and I looked at this and said, why would you dogfight with the wings swept? Also, this is the worst dogfight I've ever seen. He just overshot like a big dog. But they are doing a bunch of aileron rolls. Yeah, they are doing all the his wings are probably stuck like in DCS.
Looks a lot more like me and you trying to fly formation.
This is Gonky when his rudder pedals aren't connected or whatever.
You know,
oh, the wings are out now.
Dude, these two guys were probably met out in the area and like, let's do some tail chase, man. And they're just out having a good time. Next thing you know, the World Wide Web is like Iranians practicing dogfighting phantoms and tomcats, and then they get on the Mover and Gonky show. Unless
you've got like the best lens on the planet, this is probably at like 3,000 to 5,000 feet. This is low altitude. This is really all you can do at low altitude.
I think it's cool. I mean, how often do you see a tomcat and a phantom like flying around one another?
Dude, this is the stuff dreams are made of.
I like it. I mean,
but it's not a dogfight.
No. Well, you know what? Let's hope not.
Well, let's hope it is, because if it is,
you're right.
They're not good at it.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Special, are you still looking up the CFRs or?
No.
What are the Iranian CFRs
like Top
on
3 right here?
That's right. This is free footage, man.
This is it.
It could be Thomas Cruise filming right there, because those are two-seaters.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, dude, the Tomcat made it into Vietnam. I mean, it was early 70s.
Or tail end, yeah.
Yeah, this could be, you're right, Special. Look at you, man.
Yeah. Well, this is a great video, and what
I
I
like
see
it.
here is nothing is happening of interest. This is not a dogfight, for anybody wondering, and the reason we know that is because this is not what a dogfight looks like.
Yeah. Yes.
They're like at 500 feet and doing aileron rolls.
Yeah.
That's a barrel roll.
Yeah, you know, I'm watching these two, and I see a lot of ORM. I mean, a lot of belly up stuff going on here with closure not under control, apparently. So the safety officer in me is coming out right now. I don't like it.
I mean, these probably are the highest ranking guys in the Iranian Air Force. So they can pretty much make their own operational risk management assessments. Gonky, you've been in the Air Force too long, dude. Special
We're at
doesn't even know
5
what that
today.
means.
We need wing
Special-
commanders sign
What's
off.
ORM? Who knows?
Right,
What
exactly.
are you nerds talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Special. It's terrible.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. That was short
Video,
but
man. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Do we have anything from the audience, Douglas?
We do, and they're supporting a theory that I'm starting to believe that those are radio control aircraft.
Oh, I don't think so.
I know
Really?
the
It
company
ain't
that makes
so.
both. They move kind of funny.
It doesn't
Anyway.
look-
Could be.
Booms in Vegas, stay in Vegas.
Oh, you
Thanks,
know what?
Joe.
Doug, the next one we have is
Love that
the
werewolf patch.
I know.
We're
I love
not-
it.
the alien one. Are you bringing that one up?
I can go look for it. You
it's
do
that-
super chats, and I'll go look for aliens.
It's the if you look at the episode guide, yeah, you got it right there. Because Gonky's just a pretty face that doesn't contribute anything, but I digress. He literally wrote that. I didn't write that. He wrote that. Janitor's back says, no doubt F4 and Tomcats are RC models. Probably, maybe.
Special correspondent Ross
Oh,
Coulthart runs
why are we hearing this?
I took care of that.
Walt says 91.8. Oh, God, we're getting into the CFRs.
Oh,
Seems
boy.
to say each flight needs authorization. Sonic boom should not be measurable on the ground. No altitude mention. First of
There
all,
you go. There you go, Walt.
superpower coming through. Okay.
Dude,
Couldn't
not in a platypus.
RC jets fighting each other. Okay. Well,
Maybe.
I mean, could be. It could
I was
be.
hoping not. That's kind of a cool. That'd be cool if it really was real, but
Yeah. Well, if you're watching it from the ground, you're not dogfighting. Sorry.
yeah, no.
Floorboard. The Iranian Top Gun movie
Maybe.
could
Maybe
be.
they're using real jets, maybe.
It would be a very good movie if they're using real jets.
That's right.
Old Paint 71 says the Kansas Supersonic Transport Corridor. The area is 770 nautical miles long. He gives us the metrics for some reason between the cities of Garden City and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Who goes to Pittsburgh?
Oh boy.
By the way, did Pittsburgh lose?
I don't know.
Anybody know?
Hmm.
No. Okay. They were losing when I turned this podcast on. Old Paint says permission for flights above the speed of sound is limited to Mach 3 and at an altitude of 39,000 feet.
Really? Okay.
Write that down, Gonky.
Yeah, no. Mach 3 was never an issue for me.
Yeah. They can't even touch Mach 2. What are you talking
Right.
about?
I'm like,
Aaron Franz,
thanks,
plot
Aaron.
twist, it's just DCS. It didn't look DCS to me. But
No, it didn't look DCS to me.
RC maybe. Real jets just doing an air show. No.
I will say this: I didn't see any. The F4 engines are a little bit smoky. I didn't see any smoke.
The Tomcats are smoky, huh? The older Tomcats, the
Not as
Iranian
smoky
ones?
as the F4, but the
Yeah.
F4s are a little. If you watch Iranian F4s take off, they're smoky.
Good point. RC plane would not be smoky.
No,
Wicked Spider Black. Where do I buy stick and control for VR DCS?
I don't know. I don't. You'd have to. I don't have.
The internet?
No, like Thrustmaster, right? You have a Thrustmaster.
I have Thrustmaster. I got WinWing stuff. It just depends. What's
Yeah.
your budget? I don't know.
Yeah. I go to a place. I don't have. I don't have
Gonky
I'm not
does that
allowed to have those things. My boss says no.
Gonky does
So-
that to preserve his marriage.
Correct. My boss says no. So
Steelers lost, by the way. So there you go. There's the answer to that. Douglas, did you ever find Gonky's video? You muted
Yeah,
this.
that's it right there.
Oh, it is? Okay.
For some reason, it won't. Can you put that up? All I've got is remove buttons. Hang on.
I got it. Oh boy.
right.
I mean,
News
it's the
Nation.
whole
More
News
about
Nation
the
report. The
latest
actual
UFO
footage is.
revelations is investigative journalist.
Yeah, we can't
and
watch
News
this
Nation
or else
special correspondent
Gonky's going to
Ross
get
Coulthart.
demonetized.
Ross, it is good to see.
Skip it. Or skip ahead.
to here.
Well,
No, to the-
yeah,
The footage.
the footage of the jellyfish, man. Like it's.
What am I looking for? Is this it?
Yeah.
There
You know what? I
are
didn't
some
realize.
drones that are in development that are capable
I'd
of
mute it.
going underwater and then coming.
Gonky, the one
Sorry.
thing you provided.
I didn't realize. I tried to.
Well, you want to just sit here and play and let them talk about it, and we'll just sit
No,
here and
I mean-
watch and see what the British guys got to say about it?
No. So I mean, we got a lot of flack for all our critique or review of all the hearings and stuff that went on over the UFOs, the UAPs and stuff. And like, this is the latest, right? That it just came out a couple days ago. The jellyfish going across the base in Iraq. I mean, have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Special, you haven't seen it?
No.
And I say jellyfish. I mean, I don't know. It just looks like a
child's balloon.
You
Like
know,
some
and
kind
then
of balloon that's going.
yeah, and the second thing that they bring in is a guy in Australia films a jellyfish, and that one definitely looks like a balloon. But I mean, Mover, you brought up a point. People are saying I don't see any propulsion or anything coming out of it, but
Oh wait, Doug found it. There you go.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, I don't know. Special. What do you think of that?
I think it's a balloon getting blown by the wind.
Yeah.
The movement looks like something that is not flying, but just being blown by the wind.
Yeah.
Looks like one of those jetpack guys.
Yeah, I thought that as well. But then when they zoom in, I mean, you can tell it's, at least I don't think it looks like a person, but I don't know. I watched some of the reports on this and in the comments. I mean, like, people really want to believe, but the fact that they just go straight, right? And it's always like kind of a black and white picture. And like with that jellyfish thing going across there in Iraq, they claim that it came out of the water like at 45 degrees and then cruised across the base, then went back down into the water. Well, they don't have the footage of the water, the whole coming in and out of the water. And why not? I mean, probably because it's just a balloon.
Virtually everything that happens, somebody gets a cell phone video of.
That's what I'm saying.
It went over a whole base and nobody got cell phone video of it.
That's what I'm saying. There's like literally almost every human.
Was it an army base?
That's just common sense.
Was it an army base? Because they might have been too busy TikToking.
Common sense, where are you? Back me up.
Yeah, common sense, get in here.
Yeah. Might have been.
Yeah, common sense says balloon, man.
Look at this alien right here.
Yep.
It's not hot at all. No, just really cool. Both of them. You'd see the exhaust.
Special.
Yeah.
What planet is this
that's a
from?
neat picture. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
That is a jellyfish, my friend.
Oh,
Clearly.
look, it's the same temperature. Oh God, there's no propulsion. Oh, there's some propulsion.
So he's in black hot.
Or he's in white hot.
Yeah, I mean, this.
White hot.
So that's it's a good video mover that just shows
what it looks like. So
Right.
that is an SR-71 being escorted by a Hornet.
Yep.
But everybody keeps saying, well, you can't see the propulsion. Well, it depends on what angle you're looking at it.
Right.
I mean, even a SR-71 presents as something that is, that's white hot. We're in white hot mode. So it is in a,
yeah, and that was that just a surveillance camera that took the picture of that, those balloons or the jellyfish thing going across the base?
it's
I don't know.
some FLIR. Yeah, it's some FLIR that's mounted on something.
And I mean, the other thing is, it's entirely possible to create stuff like that, right? I mean, people are getting pretty good at faking stuff. And I'm not saying it's fake. To me, it doesn't appear to be anything other than like special. It's probably a balloon. But
I had a Miss America joke there, but I'm gonna pass. Just gonna
Text it to me.
Special wants to know so he can say it.
I won't say it.
We will totally say it.
Gonna pass on that and not get us canceled. But yeah. So are the aliens amongst us? I don't know. Among us? Among us.
I'm with special and common sense. Billions of cell phones with really good cameras, and everything that comes out is like, it's like it's green and black, or it's really dodgy or super far away. I just think there would be better.
Listen, Larry Wilcox watches this channel. Miss America watches this channel. So probably the aliens are watching.
The aliens. Yeah.
So
Reveal
if you're,
yourself.
yeah, look, dude, let's just give me the deep intel. Give me the inside
Here we
scoop.
go.
I can sponsor my own race car if I have alien technology.
Yeah, or if we just blow the lid off this story, man, everybody will be coming to the Mover and Gonky show.
100%. Either of these things, if I for one welcome our new alien overlords. Just throwing that out there.
Overlords, dude.
Anyway,
I don't know, man.
great. This is terrible. This show we've lost the edge. Aaron says, looks like a funky balloon. Are we going to send F-22s over to investigate?
Yeah, we'll probably
Smack.
use a couple of 9Xs to try to take that bad boy down too.
Only if it's the Viper shooting them.
Only if it's
Manuel. Yeah, Manuel. I think so. Manuel.
Yeah,
Manuel.
yeah.
Manuel. Gryle says, can't be a balloon. It would have already been shot down by the Raptors.
Yep.
Imperial probe droid. And then Janitor says, more plausible it's aliens than Cowboys winning a playoff game. Oof. I saw a meme that said that's a star rating. That's not their logo. It's how many stars they have in their rating.
That's good.
Just 1 star. Oh, God. All right. Our next topic today. Ukraine is considering A-10s. Douglas.
According to the commander of the Air Force of Ukraine, Mykola Elishchuk, various types of jet aircraft are being considered, which will help strengthen Ukrainian combat aviation. The main priority remains the F-16, but it is possible the combat capabilities of the Su-24M bombers will be strengthened by the Mirage 2000D and the Su-25 by the A-10 Thunderbolt II. How come we didn't call it a Warthog? That's it.
He's foreign. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
He
the first
emphasized-
test of us giving you the A-10 is if you call it the Thunderbolt 2, you can't have it.
Yeah. Good thing they didn't say Fighting Falcon. Ooh, you're not getting nothing.
Oh, God. So, Gonky, you and I were talking about this offline. This is unrealistic. I mean,
Well, first of all, any airplane would help them, but yes, go ahead.
well, it's unrealistic. I mean, you can talk to the strategic thing. I'm just talking parts, right? We're already struggling in the U.S. with not knowing if we're sunsetting them, if we're gone, if they're staying, they're going, they're staying, they're going, to the point that they're cannibalizing other aircraft. There's not a lot of parts. This is a 40. No, it's 50. This is a 50-year-old design, and the factory's gone. They don't make them anymore. So support is going to be a problem. Not to mention, as you pointed out, the tactical problem.
Yeah, I think the easier hill to climb is the F-16, but I mean,
What's the tactical problem? Now you were going to talk about that.
oh, I'm sorry. No, just the whole.
That was a softball. That was a here, Gonky.
Yeah.
Here.
I thought we were
Segue,
still.
if you will.
I thought we were
And
still
then you
talking
just-
about parts, man, because they're still building the F-16, right? I mean, it's being used. Yeah, the A-10. I mean, typically that airplane, you want to make sure you have total air dominance, and I'd argue they probably don't. They don't have that yet. So the F-16, in my mind, I would put more of an emphasis on getting F-16s because I think it's a better airplane for the problem they have. And then there's parts. There's still thousands of them in use. Like you said, man, if we're having a hard time keeping them going in the inventory. I mean, I can't imagine another country that's already in the middle of a war and is struggling with infrastructure as it is taking that on.
Well, yeah, that and low threat, close air support when the air picture is what it is. It's going to be
Right.
tough to justify
Yep.
that aircraft. And, the Viper, widely used. A lot of countries are still supporting it. A lot of training, a lot of support, maintenance. You got a lot more available, and the Viper can do a lot. You know, it's not just limited to the one thing.
Yeah,
Special,
the
what
A10
do you
is.
think?
Sorry.
I don't think they're going to get any of them. I think something they're just going to push it off until.
You don't think they're going to get the Vipers, or you don't think the?
No, I don't think
really
that'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're in a tough spot.
They're just doing that to placate them. I mean, this is just my opinion. Obviously.
I put in the thumbnail special. Don't worry, you can share your opinion.
I mean, it's, you know, even if they did get them, I think they'd really have a hard time keeping those things up and running.
Yeah.
Well, all the support, all the weapons, you know, all that stuff. Plus, the nice thing is they can land and take off wherever you want. I mean, unimproved fields. It would be great. I mean, with the tank situation, and you know, if you could shut down the integrated air defense and the air picture and be low threat like the Israeli or Yemeni conflicts, it'd be great. That's where it's designed. I mean, that's where it's great. Fold the gap, you know, but in the current picture right now, it'd be tough.
Yeah.
Although
A10s would be perfect though.
Yeah. Although, you know, if the Russians keep shooting themselves down,
valid.
I mean,
valid. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think I mentioned it earlier. It kind of feels like they're grasping at straws, you know, like whatever we send them, they're you know, yes, we'll take it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean it's like, what are they considering?
Right.
There's no consideration.
No.
You're just on the take. It's
right.
Like,
exactly.
You know?
It's like whatever, you know, whatever they'll take whatever we're going to give them because they need it. You know, how effective is it going to be? That's anybody's guess.
Yeah.
Sadly.
I mean, if they suddenly got 12 F-16s, wouldn't that be the first target of the day? That base, that would be the one base I would not want to be on in Ukraine, is where all these F-16s just flew into.
That's valid. It'd be a hypersonic target. It's like, well,
it would last 12 hours.
Yeah, sadly, I mean, you're right.
Well, now that the AWACS is gone, maybe it lasts 14 hours.
Maybe
you get a little bit more time.
Maybe.
I mean, they just shot down that general. Maybe he was the guy that was finding it. I don't know. I would like to keep the A-10 for myself.
Yeah, me too. For America. I would like to keep it for America.
Yeah. I think we're going to need it here in this next conflict.
We need it.
You know,
we always need it, conflict or not.
Once the Houthi air picture is clear, which we may already be, and that one F5 is no longer a threat, send in the A-10s.
Well, they got one F5. Hold back. Send in the Raptors.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to have a balloon attached to it. They're never going to do it.
That's right. You just make it look like a party balloon, dude. Well, it's an alien.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I think that's all the topics, actually. So we have the mental health minute. But first, Janitor's Back says, more plausible. Oh, God, why? D-Stu says, ask former Intel officer David Grush on the show.
Go ahead, Mover.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
No, thank you. Special?
I don't even know who that is.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, that's right. Because I have a real life and I don't do the internet.
I mean, who would just tell? Why don't you just tell me who it is?
He is the whistleblower that went in front of Congress over the summer and said that he knows where the aliens are, and he's seen. From a guy who knew a guy who was friends with a guy, saw the bodies.
Yep. I know.
That guy.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Heard it from a friend, but he can tell you in the vault.
Was he interviewed on the Sean Ryan show?
Who's Sean Ryan? Is that the alien guy?
Who's Sean
I think
Ryan?
Sean Ryan.
he's only got like a couple million followers on YouTube, but.
You know what? I don't know who Sean Ryan is either. Dude.
Does Larry Wilcox follow him?
I think he's
Does
like
Miss
number
America
one
follow him
in the podcast.
Huh?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
I don't know anything about that. Is he the guy that also testified in front of Congress? Because there was another guy,
Mm-mm.
Hornet guy.
We did not.
That was it was David and Fravor, right?
No, there was
Correct.
another guy. There was an East Coast Hornet guy there.
Oh, that's right. The younger dude.
I thought his name was Sean Ryan.
Was it?
I didn't pay
No,
attention.
Sean Ryan was a SEAL.
You and your obscure podcasts.
Special. Oh, that's funny.
Kate Littlewolf says 2024 perspective, skepticism, and discernment. We will have none of that, ma'am. There will be none of that here.
Oh, that's great.
America needs the Bert,
Aaron, I couldn't agree more.
says Aaron.
Mhm.
Always need an A10. Always.
Gano, thank you. Hey, fellas, what do you know about Growler pilot squadron life? How is working with them? EA effects on pilot health. Alath. Should Air Force take over mission? They're bad at BFM.
Yeah, the Growler guys, I mean, we still had Prowlers. Those guys were transitioning. I don't know. They were
What do you mean? We had the Growler guys coming to New Orleans.
we did, but like operationally speaking, like that whole community, the whole electronic attack community is pretty heavy on the NFO side, and they spent a ton of time like we, pretty much the VFA guy, we all kind of hung out, within your own squadron, but then, all the VFA guys kind of hang out, and like we never really hung out much with the electronic attack guys. I don't know if they're all like squirreled away in their little vault, just nerding out on Trons, but yeah, I don't know. It's a hard question. Special, did you ever work with the Prowler guys in the Marines? No.
Nope.
Did you ever BFM the
No.
Prowler?
Nope.
Yeah.
Those guys. So the Marine Prowler guys, they were always off doing their own stuff because they were a national asset. So they were always on deployment or doing something.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Like I
didn't
said,
do any inner Marine Corps stuff.
yeah, they didn't have the time to play, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
They
it's
didn't.
kind of how I felt. I mean, we were kind of like, we would do some mission. They'd be like, "Hey, you're going to be the harm truck," and so you'd go to the Prowler guys, and they would be like, "Can you fly to this point and press the button here?" It's like, okay, I can do that. So, but yeah, they kind of kept to themselves. I guess that's the best. And I'm sure nothing's changed. It's the same mission. It's not really a fighter, like Mover said. They're not. They're probably not good at BFM because they don't do it. They fly like 5 wet all the time, so.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
talk.
man.
Yeah. Bob says, thanks, Bob. I'm in favor of anything that inspires Mover to do his whiny kid internet complainer voice.
Thanks, Bob. No, Bob, that's his normal voice. That's just how he normally talks.
Yeah, this is my fake voice. The other one is Batman.
Dude.
Sarian and I loves tech. I think they would love the A10 if they were able to use it, but need to clear this. Well, everybody would love the. I mean,
I would.
well, like what are they like? I can't. Sorry, I wouldn't love the A10 because I'd rather my MiG 29A.
That would be cool too. I mean, let's be honest, but
Yeah, but if you want to,
no, I know.
I want my Su-25 instead.
Something about a 30mm cannon gun, just awesome.
Dude, that jet, yeah. I mean,
I swear, yeah.
yeah.
I want to attack something.
Yeah.
Clear me hot on something, damn it.
Yeah. I want to shoot all the things.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Bill, can you get shoes on this show? Actually, I have talked to him about it.
What do you
he had
say?
some personal stuff going on and
All right.
scheduling. I need to follow up with him. All right. That's all the topics for that. You ready to talk about mental health, Gonky?
Yeah. Probably going to do my normal, but go ahead.
No, you know what? I'm going to botch this so that you can disagree with me and then you can fix it. So, Special, if you're not aware, we talk about mental health on this channel. And every week we come up with a topic or something that maybe we think might help people. And for me, being ready, right? Because short story long, I've been trying to do this race car thing for a while. And last year, I went to ARCA, did the test and couldn't get sponsors, didn't make it to the race. And this year I sent out an email like 6 months ago and nobody responded. And then all of a sudden people started responding January 2nd with like 2 weeks to go. And it got me thinking about the idea of be ready, because sometimes opportunities will present themselves when you're not even thinking about them. But if you had been preparing this entire time as if it was going to happen, when you get the call, you're like, I'm in, I'm ready. And so in life, if that is available, you won't feel like you're rushing or you're scrambling or whatever, because you're in position for the thing you want. I mean, that's the caveat. If your goal is something, then you need to prepare yourself as if it's going to happen. That way, when it does happen, you got everything squared away. Because if you don't, then you're pretty much planning for failure. Now, in this case, Gonky and I have talked about this. It didn't work out. Specifically, not just because I wasn't ready, but even getting ready would have been, it wouldn't have worked out because, it was kind of too much, too fast, and none of the things fell into place that needed as precursors to go do this thing. But that's kind of an aside. The biggest thing was, if I had been ready, I'd have felt much more comfortable. Even when things didn't work out, I'd at least been like, yep, I was good to go. It's like having your bags packed for deployment. If you've got everything ready to go deploy, then, when the time comes, it's not this big thrash. Oh, I got to get a will. I got to do this. I got to make sure this is taken care of, because you're ready. Okay. I'm smoking a lucky. Gonky, fix it.
Yeah. I mean, basically that whole chain of events. I mean, you can be ready and it still not work out for things that happen outside of your control. So, when you talk to me about, hey, the idea of be ready, it's, you can focus on two things. You can focus on what you can control and what you can't control. So whatever it is in life, you just got to focus on the things that you can control and just make sure you're ready. That whether it's your health, your physical health, your mental health, your business, it's like all three of us flying fighters. That's why, we went through various syllabuses and stuff. So we would be ready in case, we got called to employ, and we all flew airplanes that could do a lot of different things. Right. So, having gone through that and done that, a lot of times, I felt good in the airplane and, went out to execute a mission and it not go so well. I was ready, but, things happen that I couldn't control, and things happen that, I could control, but maybe didn't pan out the way I thought they would. You can never have all the answers. The best you can do is the best you can do. And you have to be okay with that. I think, that's, I've always, my whole thing when I first started, I always wanted to be a fighter pilot when I was a kid, and I'm not that smart. And, when I was at that age where it's like in your 20s, you're like, I'm either going to do this or not. And I just thought, like, I have to be able to sleep at night for the rest of my life. So I'm going to be as ready as I can. I was in shape. I studied for all the written tests. I did everything that I could do, and I put it all on the table. And if I didn't make it, like, I was okay with failure. But I did make it. I was lucky. So, but I would have been okay. There's a lot of things in life I've failed at. And I'm okay with it, because I gave it 110%. So I don't know. Especially I know Marines are always ready, but and they always succeed.
I'll tell you, it's you guys. You said it perfectly, but one of the biggest challenges I think for anybody is just to keep a positive mental attitude about it. Because you think you're ready and it's not happening, and then you just kind of slack off a little bit, and then you start getting down on yourself. You're like, maybe it's not going to happen. So just keeping a positive mental attitude, because I went through this, trying to get a flight slot, and some doors closed on me and it wasn't working out. And just to keep a long story short, my buddy, when I was in college, literally walked in my apartment door, handed me a piece of paper. I read it, put on my shoes, and walked out the door straight to the OSO's office. And the rest was history. But I was ready for it, and I had my goals set, and But no, it's a great topic. That's a great topic, and I think it's really overlooked. Being ready.
Well,
good one, Hoover. Good one.
Thank you. I try, but I was just thinking about this applies to a lot of different careers, like law enforcement. There's a big push in law enforcement for people to get in shape, because I don't know if you've seen, there's a lot of fat cops out there.
No,
the time to prepare for the fight of your life is not when the adrenaline is surging and you're in the fight of your life. It's years before that. Don't wait till you need a reason to get in shape. Don't wait till you need a reason to learn how to defend yourself. Don't wait till you need a reason to learn how to shoot. And it goes for everything, because if you wait till it's time, it's too late. Now on the flip side, as Noonan says, go before you're ready. Well, don't be completely unprepared. You're never going to feel ready. That's different than being completely unprepared and not being able to do it. So if you have the prerequisites for whatever the next phase of your life is, when the time comes, you can just go, yep, I'm going to step into that role. I'm ready to go, versus, well, wait a minute. No, I'm not ready. I've got to do all this other stuff.
it doesn't mean you're going to feel like super comfortable. 'Cause
No.
I'm sure,
Right.
every qual I got in the Hornet, it's like I studied as much as I could. But if you asked me when I was going to the airplane, are you ready? I'm like, this could go, nothing is certain.
But that happened on your normal flights too.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
No, but
we're gonna wing it.
We're going to wing it today. Yeah.
in flying, you didn't wait till the night prior to prepare for a check ride.
Right.
It's very easy to wait and then be like, oh, I don't need this yet. And then
what I'm saying is
comes,
everybody gets nervous, even if you
Yeah.
can be the best prepared. So, nervousness is normal.
Right.
Yep. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Oh, Doug, sorry.
Doug,
I see you
clean
muted down
it
there.
up, man.
Fix it.
That's a great topic. I've had the privilege to be around a lot of people who've been successful in high risk, high reward situations, and it's amazing how many of them. It's amazing how some of them are on this podcast, but it's amazing how many of them will say, "I was in the right place at the right time," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're in the right place at the right time. You had air in your tires, you had fuel in your tank, you had weeks of preparation getting that car ready. It wasn't in the right place at the right time. They were ready, and yeah, maybe they got lucky, but the luck wasn't the only thing that mattered." And I think that's that's a cliche for a reason. There's a lot of cliches like that. Luck favors the prepared.
Yeah.
And you guys covered it. There's a lot of situations where something happens fast, and if you did your homework and you had whether it was a piece of equipment or a piece of knowledge, everything feels like it went well, but it wasn't because you were lucky.
Yeah. Jeremy McGrath said it best. He said, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
That's a good one.
He's the winningest supercross rider of all time, in case anybody.
I knew you were talking.
I know you knew special. I'm just clearing it up for the others and Mover.
We had a good comment on that too. I kind of stole from it.
Oh,
Is it this one? I have Mover on. Oh, no.
common sense.
It's common sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, Smith.
That's
You're ready
right.
so you don't disappoint yourself. If it doesn't work out, then you can be good that you put in the effort. Aaron says, I have Mover on my soundboard saying TikTok is cancer, and I play it every time a friend of mine says I saw this in TikTok.
Perfect.
Now you know you've made it.
That's right.
Aaron also says, is Gonky's channel the official sponsor of this Mental Health Minute? In all seriousness, though, if you're ready, you'll have rare opportunities you otherwise would not get. Don't regret not being ready. And then Yosarian iLives Tech. I always look at it as the opportunity is luck. Taking advantage of it is skill. Have had to think this way to avoid imposter syndrome.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that, man.
Full circle.
Yeah, we have.
And John says, amen on the fat cop thing. Had to lose 35 pounds because I sat behind a desk too long. Had to be ready to come back in patrol. And sometimes, you know, especially in the flying world, they look around and go, oh, he just downed the flight. Who's up for it? And they'll go, you.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're the one doing it. Dude, think about
Or-
the mission commander.
Yeah,
You know,
or
where-
better yet.
Yeah. Where the mission commander falls out. Next thing you know, you're leading it going, oh God, what did I write on this card?
Like, I didn't pay attention to anything.
I micronapped the whole thing.
It's like, hey,
What
Lee,
airspace are we even going to?
you can hot seat into my jet if you want.
Yeah, I want to be a ground aboard too. Sympathetic
Yeah.
aboard. Sympathetic aboard. Be done.
That's how I ended up in Pale Horse that last time.
Yeah, no, that's right. And he ended up in a race car because he was
just happened to have my suit and my shoes, and gloves, and my outfit, my gear. Just you know, happened.
Nice.
Yep. And then Cluterus. Hey.
Hey,
I think he just does that so we have to read his name.
It's,
I haven't done
Good
that
on
in a
ya.
while. Well, here you go.
thanks, man.
Look, all right. So I got nothing left on this. I'm pretty sure we don't have jobs anymore. Oh,
yeah. Strong
Hey,
chance.
Gonky,
Yes,
preview
sir.
DCS dogfights this week. Hornet versus Flanker.
Yeah, back in some jets.
Fourth gen.
Fourth
No
gen.
way. The Flanker didn't work out so great for me.
Yeah, it's DCS, man. You could put me in anything, and I'm gonna be like a fish out of water.
Special,
Wow.
we need to get you a DCS rig.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
F5.
Hit me up. I'm ready to go.
Special. Is it
I'm
allowed?
ready.
Is it allowed in your casa?
Oh yeah, anything's allowed.
Really? Oh, look at wow. Special's
Yeah.
the king of the castle.
Laying down the law.
I'm,
His wife doesn't watch this channel.
I got a 49% vote around here, so it's yeah.
Yeah, that'd
It's
be
fun,
great.
dude. It's the visuals are awesome, man. It'll take you back.
No, I know it's fun. I used to play them a lot. Not DCS, but other games.
There you go.
What other games? Let's hear about this.
Well, you remember the F-16
Oh, Falcon 4.0.
game? Falcon
Yeah.
4.0. And I lived on that thing. It was awesome.
The Viper driver at heart.
Dude, that was a great game. I mean, you think about how many years ago that thing was.
They've updated it. So allegedly,
Have they really?
they've done new visuals and made it VR and all this stuff. Everybody keeps telling me I need to try it. I have not tried it yet, but yeah, that's pretty. But you should. I mean, you've done the tournaments with us. You've watched those. I mean, it's
it's awesome.
Yeah.
See, Gonky, some people embrace this instead of being like, my wife would divorce me. That's just an excuse, dude.
I do embrace it. Look, I'd have to fork out a couple grand for a good setup, and then the divorce would cost me a lot more than that. So it's an expensive proposition for me, man.
Put her
I
on
mean,
the phone.
Can't
Put her
you
on the
just
phone.
go throttle, stick, and VR
You need a PC.
Yeah.
You'd need something to run it.
and a PC? Right, but you
Yeah.
don't need
Yeah,
like a whole.
You don't need a
rig.
cockpit. No,
Right.
no.
No.
You just need something at your desk. Gonky started
Look.
out. I mean, I'm still playing at my desk.
Look, Special. I go down to Wings here in Pensacola, man, and they got the setup. It's I can't sit at my desk with a little after you've experienced. Yeah, next time you're in Pensacola, man, I'll go down there. It's like,
Oh,
That'll
yeah,
be
you'll
cool.
have to show me. You'll have to show me that.
Dude, that's a video right there. We'll put him in the F5 and simulate him as a Houthi.
okay, Special, show them what they should do. It's like, no, but it's amazing, man. I mean, they got the VR. You're sitting in this chair. It moves around. It's crazy.
It moves too.
It does, dude. She when it's in the buffet, like your butt shakes. It
Oh, it doesn't like pitch and roll though.
gosh, man, I don't know. Well, we had to turn the seat off once because it wouldn't.
You know what? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, my headphones went out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do.
Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to go see it.
Awesome. All right. Well, parting shots. That's the end. That literally is all I've got. I'm in the goodbye phase. Special. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me. Hope I didn't get you canceled.
Special's good catching up.
I mean, I still don't even know what I said, but your reaction frightened me.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time.
Frightened me was your ads.
I can't unsee that, man.
I don't know what to tell you. I was in incognito mode. I'm running a VPN. Like, I don't know what else to do.
The neighbor kid's stealing his internet, Special.
I don't know.
100%.
Uh-huh. I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Women.
That was a gutsy move, man.
Yeah.
Taking off your ad blocker for the world to see. For Special to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Douglas, what you got?
I have nothing further.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thanks.
Gonky?
Good to have you back. No, man,
It's good to be back.
I got nothing. It's nice to have Doug back, and it's good to have Special on here. It's kind of like getting the old crew back together, at least part of it.
John says Gonky should be fired if Special gets a DCS set up before he does. Here, Special, are you a captain now?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he could go buy one with the couch money. He could just roll in and be
Petty
like,
cash.
"Oh,
The
give me
Captain Petty Cash.
Yeah. From the Petty Cash Fund, I have purchased an actual F-18. I will see you, gentlemen, in the skies.
Yes.
Nerds.
Dude.
Yossarian I Live says allegedly U.S. ships hit today, so more finding out.
Oh, that was.
We talked about that already. Yeah. That was at the beginning. But yeah, here's the thing. Kate says, Special, you are indeed a special guest.
Right, he is.
Thanks, Kate.
Bowser just gave Gonky $5.
Thanks, Bowser.
Aaron says, blame the aliens mover. Janner's back. Mover antagonizing the Special is like YouTubers trying to pet a bison. What does that even mean?
The visual's hilarious, though. The image I have in my head.
What does it even mean?
Oh, dude.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's enough.
Right.
Parting shots before I hit the button.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Special. Thanks again, man. Good to see you, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on the show. Please don't cancel us. See you next time.
We'll see ya.
Bye.